What is going on, guys? The boss here. Welcome back to another video. Today should be very interesting for all of you because we're talking about the best ways to play survival arena. When I started the game, I always wondered about how I should play the game to develop in the fastest way, which is in my opinion the way I have most fun, since we're able to survive longer and achieve better results in all of the game modes. Of course, there are also other ways to play survival arena, but that's not going to be the topic of today. As I've been playing the game already for quite some time, I can finally share with you my experiences on how you can build a very strong account in the fastest way. Everything I'm saying in this video is completely focused on free to play, but obviously spending a few bucks always helps to shorten that route. Alright, so I'm gonna give you 5 tips which are in my opinion very helpful, and now let's start with tip number 1. What to upgrade. Over the time I've been doing videos about the survival arena, a lot of people approach me and ask which towers they should pick to upgrade. In my opinion, it's always good to have a good variety of strong towers, because then you can perform well in all of the arenas and PvP. However, I've experienced that a few cards are used every time, and I'm going to name now the most important cards in each category in the arsenal, which helps to get you very strong. Starting with the towers, where the mortar is my number 1. You can use the mortar everywhere, in almost every battle. It doesn't matter if you play PvP or PvE. In both competitions the mortar is essential and can get you a lot further each time it is being upgraded. Going on to the ammo, where I think that the snowball is a very good tool to give you some more seconds when fighting against other players, and you could also see that in my last Let's Play episode where I had a battle in which the snowball gave me the time I needed to win this close fight. I think this illustrates very well how important it is, and this also counts in PvE battles where the snowball can give your mortar some additional time to deal some damage. Therefore, it's my most important ammo. Next categories are the troops, and I had the biggest difficulties to determine whether the pyro glasses or the grunts are better at the moment, but overall grunts help a lot in the early stages when an account is still pretty low. They do most damage when you do troop spamming in a duel and can help to stop a lot of enemies in an arena battle, and therefore I think that they have at the moment the biggest value in that category. Continuing with the heroes, and at the moment I haven't unlocked all of them, but if you'd force me to decide which hero is the best right now, I would say in the early stages definitely Toadbag, because he's so strong, but later on, once you start leveling up, the Sorceress or Scarlet Blade are very helpful with their long range attacks, which not only helps to destroy towers, but can help as well with air troops. Alright, 2 more categories, and the next one in line are power-ups, and that's not difficult to decide. By far I think the Dragon Cannon is the winner here. It costs just a few sky shards to recharge and accelerates your ammunition for a long time, which comes especially handy when you're playing against troop spammers, for example, or when you have difficulties to take out waves in an arena. So last but not least, we're having here perks, and since in a second the most helpful tips are coming, let's make this short. I would definitely go for the arena banners, as most of the waves are ground units and therefore it has a bigger value for us to get some more additional damage against them. To sum up tip number 1, no card I considered super important was necessarily an epic card, although they are very helpful, I have to admit that. And if someone has high level epics, they will have an advantage. However, this video is about the fastest way to make your account very competitive, and for that rare cards and common cards are the first option to go for, especially in the beginnings. Move into a higher league. I already mentioned it in another video that moving into a higher league is always the best option to level up quickly, because you get the opportunity to unlock new and better towers, which of course helps to get better results. On top of that, I found something which is even more interesting, and that's when you buy chests. In League 2, for example, you pay more sky shards for buying a chest than in a higher league like League 4 in comparison to the amount of cards you get. So what I did was divide the amount you pay per chest by the amount of cards you can get, and what I got was quite impressive. In League 2 we pay 6,250 per Cloudbeard's chest and get 255 cards. If we divide now the price by the amount of cards, we pay in total 25 sky shards per card. In League 4, however, if you calculate it in the same way, we only need to invest 18 sky shards per card, which is already quite a huge difference, and additionally we get more epics and the chance to get legendary cards. So there is an immense difference between the values of chests, and therefore I can only recommend to strive for higher leagues, because that helps a lot to level up quickly and to get a strong account. How to use the lockpicks. There are a lot of small things which turn out pretty effective for leveling up your account. One of those is depending on how you use your lockpicks. Just to set it into context, it can take quite a while to open up chests you get. To speed that up, the lockpicks are very useful, but we only get a limited amount of them during battles and by donating cards to our fellow clanmates. So it helps a lot to use the lockpicks smart. What I'm doing often, for example, is using them before I'm going to bed on chests which are going to open in a couple of hours. So for example, we were having here a chest which is ready to open up in 2 hours. However, since I would be asleep when that happens, I'd rather spend some lockpicks on that chest so that I can prepare another chest instantly afterwards. Therefore, I can use the time I'm offline to let most of the timer run down for the next chest, and when I'm returning I can open the next chest as well without having spent a lot of lockpicks. So in general, I think opening up whole chests with lockpicks is not the smartest way, and it is more beneficial to use lockpicks more on chests where we need to accelerate the opening time just a bit to proceed fast. Achievements. Achievements are another way to get a lot of cards, and developers haven't been greedy when it comes to them because we can get real shop chests by completing them. But there is another small tip I can give you here. Before opening the bigger rewards, I would wait a little until you've moved up into League 3 because rewards are bigger and you have a chance to get legendary cards. So this links also to tip 2, where I again emphasize that higher leagues are better to level up. To illustrate, I'm gonna open up Cloudbeard's Troop Pack, which I got from playing 25 duels on my second account and then on my main account. So in League 2 we're getting, like we've explored already, 255 cards in the Troop Pack and a few epics. In general that's not too bad, but opening it up later helps a lot more, since in the early stages you do not necessarily need epic cards until League 3 or 4, and therefore we're gonna do the same thing right now with my main account, where I've saved up this achievement to open it up with you guys. And obviously we're getting here a lot more cards, which boost the card counter into new heights. In the end we're getting 20 epics instead of 10, although so far the Pyro is not necessarily a good card, but maybe there will be a way soon to use it properly. Play no matter what. To end this video I have one last tip for you guys, and it's just a small thing, but I use this one quite often, especially because I have 2 accounts, which makes it quite hard to make them grow at the same time. So what I'm doing from time to time when I don't have the time to play all the arenas completely in one day, I just play some arenas for 1 second and afterwards I quit. Thanks to the new system that at max 100 people can be in one group, you're always getting at least the minimum amount of sky shots depending on which league you are, and even though that's not a lot, it's better than nothing, and therefore I always do that. Alright, so these are my 5 tips I have for you to grow with your account, and in case I forgot something, let us know in the comment section. To sum up, those tips of course can help you to accelerate your account development, and when you start to follow some of those, I'm sure that your account starts to grow to a strong one. That being said, this was it from me. Have a great day. Peace out.